So the Pittsburgh Steelers just locked down a huge insurance policy. This is so nice to see, and especially seeing a player that actually wants to be a Steeler that goes so far. But first, let's talk about a couple little signings. The Steelers signed safety Chuck Clark and offensive guard Max Sharping, and placed quarterback Will Howard and cornerback Dante Kent on the reserve injured list. I'm going to get into some details on that in just a moment. But the big part of this is that the Pittsburgh Steelers brought in 33-year-old wide receiver Robert Woods during this last offseason. I mean, at the time, a lot of people, including myself, thought that he was a really nice addition, that he was going to be a kind of a coach on the field for this young wide receiver group, and also really contribute to a locker room culture that the Steelers have kind of lost for a little while, especially when you look at the last wide receivers that act crazy. I mean, of course, you've got the Antonio Brown situation way back, but then you look at, oh my goodness, Deontay Johnson. You just look at George Pickens just recently. Just really a lot of turmoil in the locker room at the wide receiver position. And Robert Woods was supposed to lend a lot of level attitude to that. So he didn't really perform well in the preseason, and also that he might actually have some meaningful playing time at the outset opposite DK Metcalf, but it didn't really happen in the offseason anyways. So we've got Metcalf dominating touches most likely in this offense, and then as training camp and preseason unfolded, it looked like it wasn't in the cards for Robert Woods. But still, what a great thing to have a guy like Robert Woods as an insurance policy. And I just kind of want to get to this. This is from Tom Pelissero. Veteran wide receiver Robert Woods, he plans to re-sign with the Steelers practice squad for now. Per source, he has signed. And other teams really showed some interest in him before the cutdown. It could be a temporary situation as well, because players on practice squads, they're still free to sign with other teams at will. So the Steelers officially released him on Tuesday. One day later, he accepted an invitation to come back on the practice squad. What a nice insurance policy. You're looking at a veteran with his kind of experience and his kind of resume. He probably could have sought a more lucrative contract elsewhere, but instead, he chose to be right here in Pittsburgh for you guys instead of chasing checks. He's made a lot of money during his career. And this is according to Steelers insider Mark Kaboly. His decision had nothing to do with money. And this is what I really like. And this is what you guys should like. It makes it really easy to root for this guy, because he's looking at this stage in his career that he didn't need money. He knew offers were going to be there if he wanted to pursue them. But he has already made a strong connection with this organization, and he wants the opportunity to continue working alongside 41-year-old quarterback Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers is keeping him on this team. He's created a bond with him, and he wants to be around Rodgers and remain on a team with serious championship chops as well. And Woods considers your Pittsburgh Steelers as being one of those teams. He's looking at it as a no-brainer. So this is straight from Kaboly. Despite earning $77 million over his career, Robert Woods, he decided to accept a spot on the Steelers practice squad. The reason? He loves playing for the Steelers, and especially Aaron Rodgers. And also for the team, this is a win-win. What a nice insurance policy to have there at a moment's notice in case something happens. Proven playmaker throughout his career. I think there's no doubt about that. Even kind of going back to his initial years in Buffalo. But 2024 wasn't a great year for him. He didn't find a lot of consistency. He finished with just 20 catches for 203 yards. Didn't even have a touchdown. And then now that he's at 33, he's going to start the season on a practice squad. Hasn't happened to him before. You're looking at, since he entered the league in 2013, he's always been on the 53, released at cutdowns, but now let's just be happy that he's here on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's be happy that this is a guy that absolutely wants to be here. He believes in the team. And he's not just looking to cash a check. He's looking to be a part of something special. And the simple fact that somebody inside the team, a newer rival to the team, gets like a really good look at what's going on with management, with coaching, with the players that are actually on this squad, a brand new quarterback, and is saying, hey, this is something that I want to do. And also, I'm going to give you guys a luxury that you probably would not have if I was here. So Woods has 683 career receptions. That's like consistent, productive, his whole like more than a decade in the league. He's not dynamic. He's not the playmaker he just was, but he's a leader, and he can continue to be a part of this team, and he can continue to be a leader and kind of a coach away from the other coaches for these youngsters within this wide receiver room. And I think it's a really good thing. There's no way that you can cut it that this is a bad thing. This is a really good thing. And let's kind of get to some of these things that just happened here. This is from Kaboli as well. Cornerback Dante Kent, he ended up being put on injured reserve, and that kind of stinks because he looked like a really promising player as a rookie. But the good thing is that there's always a starting spot available when that happens. So the Steelers brought back in safety Chuck Clark. He got a one-year deal with the team earlier in the offseason. He just got released yesterday with the final roster cuts, but actually 2 days ago, my bad. So Kent, he's going to be on IR with Will Howard, and now also offensive lineman Max Sharping. He is going to return to the team as well. He's going to make the 53 in the corresponding move from these two IR moves. So all these are going to be made official. The Steelers are just going to roster 4 corners. You got Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay, Joey Porter Jr., Brandon Echols. He made the team. Really like that player. And then also 4 safeties as well. You've got Clark, Deshaun Elliott, Juan Thornhill. I think he's one of the best additions on this team as far as free agents this year, and Miles Killebrew. But let's not kind of look at that as concrete. Only 4 corners, only 4 safeties. I mean, Jalen Ramsey, he has the versatility that's necessary to be able to bounce back and forth a little bit. I mean, my goodness, even Clark, he has some definite versatility as well. So Kent wasn't likely to receive much playing time, but man, if he was going to be healthy, he was going to make a little bit of noise on this team. But now the Steelers are going to be able to keep him and help him heal from these foot and ankle injuries that, I mean, the guy was in a walking boot. He missed the whole preseason and also missed most of training camp. 23 years old. He's from the Central Michigan Chippewas. He first stepped onto the field during the 2020 campaign, and he had a nice career for the Chips. 29 total passes defended between the 21 and 22 seasons, 16 over the 23 and 24 campaigns with the program. At his pro day, the guy is a burner. He turned in a 4.38 second 40-yard dash, measured really well, 5'11", 187 pounds. Not terrible size. But once he gets back from the IR, he could actually factor in as a nickelback for the Steelers, and he can pair in with Ramsey and Echols, while also the guy is a special teams contributor as well, which is so important for these fringe guys. I'm glad we were able to keep him on the practice squad. And also, really good news for you guys, Beanie Bishop. He wasn't picked up by another team. I thought he was going to be a guy that was going to be like definitely picked up through the waiver process. Teams left him. So you guys get to retain Beanie Bishop on your practice squad, and that's just really important. That was a guy that really popped last year as an undrafted free agent, and when you have these guys that are like your guys, my goodness, it's good to keep them. Chuck Clark, I think that's a really nice signing as a safety. He's in his 9th season in the NFL. He's a training camp signing, and he spent his first 6 seasons with, you guessed it, the Ravens, then the last 2 with the Jets, and he's had a nice little career. He's appeared in 188 career games, starting 75 of them, 108, excuse me. He's recorded 429 tackles, 280 of them solo, 9 tackles for loss, 5 picks. He's just been a really nice guy after entering to the NFL as a 6th round pick. Just a really nice, well-rounded player. Great guy to round out this safety room. I think he's a really good get, and I'm glad that the Steelers were able to keep him. And also Sharping, he's going to be depth. He originally joined the team during the 24 season. He only appeared in 2 games, and then he signed a 1-year contract during the offseason. He didn't make initial cuts, but this is a guy who's been in the NFL for 7 years. He's appeared in 81 games and started 33 of them. So he's a quality signing. He could be a swing tackle. I think we're in trouble if you guys end up seeing him playing meaningful snaps. That means there's an injury, but it's good to have these solid guys at the bottom of your roster that can actually contribute and do it in a good way if called upon. Howard has been sent to the IR. That was kind of a back and forth whether he was going to be. Initially, it was a hand injury, but now I'm hearing stuff from coaches that it's actually more of that his arm's not in shape to play yet. Now, I don't think there was an arm injury, but he just wasn't able to play much this preseason, really stunted his development. And why not give him as much time to be at 100% as possible? And in the meantime, it looks like the quarterback room is set with Thompson and Mason Rudolph backing up Aaron Rodgers. So just kind of wanted to give you some breaking news, kind of let you know some things that are going on. I think it's fantastic that the insurance policy of Robert Woods is waiting there right on the practice squad in case something happens. And also you're still going to get that veteran leadership, that veteran influence in your locker room. Appreciate you guys. You've been here the whole time helping me grow this channel, and just know that you're loved. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Would love for you to join this community. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. See ya.